Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of chocolate on your dipstick, Ross is dead.
Oh, he's not dead. He's all right. He's on holiday.
He's fine. He's
That's how he got told when you were little.
No, yeah, he's not. He's on holiday.
The pet cat's just on holiday.
I'm sure he's having a lovely time.
He is. He's being pampered this week.
That's not true.
It is true.
I don't believe you.
So Ross, I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know if we should make this public knowledge. I don't know if you'd like that.
Well, you said he's being pampered now. It's fairly obvious. He's gone for
What, in hell?
A spa week, apparently.
No,
I'm not sure if it's true or not.
I don't know
think
if it's
it's
true.
Ross working us.
When you told me this, I thought that it was just like a joke, like, oh, Jack's gone to the zoo, ha ha. I thought that it was one of those, but just for Ross. I thought we were all going to have one.
Okay, no, that's
Sam's
good.
gone
Maybe we should do.
Sam's gone to the golf course. You've gone to. I thought it was like that.
Where would
no.
I go? I love a bouncy castle.
I was about to say the old people's home, like entertaining.
I'd be good at that.
Yeah, you would be good at that.
Well,
Good at being old?
No, entertaining the elderly. Because
That's the
really
implication.
like me.
I thought it was
Yeah.
you gone to where you live, or
No. On first glance, I'm a very nice man. No, I think I'm nice, but I'd quite like to do that. Maybe we should do that.
what? Be a
I was
secret
about to
nice
say maybe-
person.
No, let's make that a punishment, but it shouldn't be a punishment.
No, it should be good.
Yeah.
But it is.
Should be equal.
Oh, dealing with old people is awful. Let's face it. No, they're not. Should we introduce ourselves?
After that stunning introduction, yes, I'm Maffew. I guess I'm the only person who have done every episode of the Cultaholic Video Podcast, and also the only person to bleed during a Cultaholic Video Podcast
So far.
which is
What happened
dun,
there?
dun.
Because I was away. I came back. And
Did you not see after
I saw
Will
the-
Ospreay
I
and
saw-
Ricky Shane Page retweeted
Today, he's hardcore.
Page retweeted.
Ricky Shane Page, way cooler than Page.
Yeah.
Page, Smage Page. And what happened last week was, inexplicably, Pacitti decided, because he's so smart, he's a master of puppets, decided that we'll all drink. And I'm like, I won't drink, I've got an empty stomach. And goes, oh, okay, well, we'll drink like cool people. So obviously this time I brought more drink to drink, and I'm by myself, so now I look like a alky.
Yeah, I've got coffee up there. It's a Thursday evening, Maffew. What are you playing at? Carry on.
It's a Friday.
Sure is.
Yeah, it is. That's
Boy,
right.
doesn't it feel like Thursday, though?
Yes.
Anyway, and so they're just like, all right, do you want to smash this over your head, Sandman style?
You told him to.
Yeah.
Yes, Pacitti did. If you watch it, there's video evidence every week on Friday on the Cultaholic YouTube.
If he told you to jump off the Tyne Bridge, would you do that?
If he said...
That's
if
like
you,
my gran, who
if you-
doesn't sound like that.
if he said it in a Hartlepool accent like you just did and said, would you jump off our bridge like New Jack? I'd gone, aye. I'd go,
If Ricky Shane Page told you to jump off a scaffold, would you do it?
yeah, Ricochet Page said that. Aye. Awesome. So what I did was I was that focused on getting the beat drop correct, because it's like, rather than doing it at the chorus, which you didn't do, we go, hush, little baby, don't say.
Yeah, you did the
so I'm
intro.
waiting for that, forgot the lyrics, and didn't even think, and was just more like, oh, I'd better smash this over me heat, or I'm going to look really daft.
Otherwise, you're going to look really stupid.
Yeah.
God forbid.
And I was just like,
You went end on.
yeah, hand on with that bit up, the pointy bit, and it was just, it's like, didn't do anything, so I was like, oh, go away, man. And it was like, and I was felt so gutted. I didn't break it. That's not how you smash a can. Which people have told me, obviously, if you want to do it, you crunch it a bit, because it's still got Pims in. They are not paying me. It's
Sandman
very
does
nice.
use Pims, yeah.
Oh, you remember that Sandman heel term? We come to pins. We drink with pinky extended. Ooh. Yeah, you crunch it a bit first, and then maybe take that off. But I now know that, and yeah, I've got more attention from that than anything else I've said and done on Cultaholic Video Podcast, which is probably for the best.
So you just need to harm yourself more often on the
I
podcast.
was worried that I'm gonna have to do this every week now.
You've got
and
to
went,
top
oh
it.
God, no.
Yeah, that's
This is like a
that's
Will
the rule of the
Ospreay
business,
thing,
isn't it?
You
Yeah,
can't,
yeah.
everyone's seen the 630 now. You've got to go the 1080. So maybe
What,
we
the
get...
N64 game.
Now we've got to honk.
No, I
We-
got
No,
it.
no, no, you
I
can't honk
played
after
1080.
you
I
laugh.
played 1080. I played 1080.
Okay,
Great game.
honk your honk then, sir.
So
you.
we need to get you in something to do damage to you. I don't know where I'm going.
People
with this.
like me when I'm in pain, is what I've learned.
You know what? I learned that as well. People like seeing me do punishments. People really get off on me.
You get off on your punishments, Mr.
No,
Goldust.
that's not true. That's
Mr. Rey
not true.
Mysterio mask, drunk at the front row, 5-star.
Ray!
Ray, I'll gig on camera for you. Ray,
Eddie Ryan!
I'll kill Ross for you, Ray. That made it
It's
turn
Eddie
around.
Ryan. It's a shame we don't get to see Eddie Ryan on.
He
weekly
made it
TV.
into the...
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No. He was nominated. That's a big thing.
He lost to a sound effect.
Forget any bloody championships, any trophies. Screw the greatest Royal Rumble. Eddie Ryan has been nominated for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Speaking ahead because we still are at the introduction stage. This is me, Maffew, with Heartily endorsed by Nike by the tick on me forehead. Joined as always.
God, you have as
by
well.
Jack. Yeah, not right. So visible.
Unbelievable.
Joined as always by Jack. Inexplicably disappearing last weekend. Were you at the zoo?
I was away. Yeah, I was at the zoo. Two
Aquarium
sweet friends.
Again. Oh, nice. And I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic.com.
In the news this week, Jack, what have you got for us?
I have two things.
Ooh.
The greatest Royal Rumble is obviously now, as this video.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah.
We can report exclusively that it's just started.
Yes. And the stage has been leaked, but obviously everyone will have seen it now.
There's a leak.
The stage is nah.
Oh, nah.
The stage has been leaked because it looks like a WrestleMania stage. It's huge. You saw the pictures.
It's mental.
It's cray.
Like we'd
Have
seen
they sold out?
the blueprints. The blueprints got leaked from some video package or something like that, and it looked big. But now I've seen it, and it's like it's ludicrous.
When those blueprints got leaked, everyone assumed it was for WrestleMania because they were like, "Well, that's so big, it's going to be for," and then it wasn't, and now it's for this. And also they may have spoiled a certain Vipers, and they said rattlesnakes there, a certain rattlesnakes entrance, a certain Vipers entrance number because one of the pictures was of his Tron in my veins, and are you paying attention?
No, I'm listening to you. How do you
right.
spoil if Randy Orton's going to be there?
No, it spoiled his entrance number because they had a number at the top as well.
It turns out
right.
it didn't. Apparently, there was another screenshot leaked of Mike Kanellis also at number 22.
So they're both coming out at number 22.
Maybe it's a new tag team.
I can't wait now for whoever comes out at 22. It's a charmed or cursed number. Also, right, Triple H, right, has announced his plans for NXT for the future.
Oh.
And it's basically, he wants to bring back the territories, but on a global scale, and obviously they own everything. So, yeah, I know. So, are you paying attention?
I am. Oh, this is
You're
riveting.
not. You're lying to me
My
right
phone's
now.
going off. My mum's trying to ring us.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Botchamania.
I mean, you're important, but it's not my wife.
Mrs. Oh, yeah, sorry.
The mother of Botchamania.
Sorry, Botchamania. Yeah.
Can we get your mum on at the end?
It's an expression. Because I don't like it.
Triple H has said that NXT, he kept using this term, global localization, which is a bit of an oxymoron. It's entirely an oxymoron. But he basically wants NXT or NXT-like promotions to spring up all around the world and own all of it. And
It's
just
globalization when you get into a foreign country and go, I want chips.
no.
Wow, that went brilliantly.
that?
Please cut that out.
No,
Nothing, no.
I don't get it.
That's the thing,
Globalization.
if you're being a bit like satirical, if you do it deadpan, the issue is people think you're being serious. Never mind, that was awful.
I don't get it.
Well, you were saying the contradiction of globalization, localization.
Global localization.
Global localization, yeah. That's what I said. So I said, isn't that just when you get into another country and shout, I want chips?
I still don't.
Wow, please, God, cut this out.
Is this like when
the magic chemistry we have here. Doesn't matter, it wasn't that great.
maybe we should
Now it sucks.
Maybe we should.
Wow, this is horrible. No, move on. So, wow, the global localization. What do you think that means, Jack?
I think it means that they want to bring back the territories but own it all. And they want to take over the wrestling world, you know?
It's very clever, really, isn't
Yeah,
it? I
it
think
is
it's going to be
clever.
pretty damaging.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're not in with the boys of the WWE, then you're not going to perhaps be seen on a big platform.
Do you not think there'll be an uprising on the other side of things? Your New Japans, your Lucha Undergrounds, your Impact?
Possibly, but we've sort of started to see that happen, and then WWE just signed them all. Like think about ITV, in that a lot of those guys now have reportedly been signed by WWE, so ITV can't use them, and I would assume we would see the same thing in different countries.
ITV won't use them anyway, but
Well,
I think
they've announced a 10-day.
When was
I don't know
the
who's
first?
on them.
When was the first taping?
It's
in- Yeah.
16?
Oh,
No, like last time they did it.
Oh, I went to
Oh.
it.
Were you actually there?
I was there. Yeah, I was there with the head booker of Name
Alex
Redacted
Shane?
Pro Wrestling.
Oh
No.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was there with his mate Mike, who is something to do with 3CW. I think he runs 3CW. And I was there with Liam Lazarus as well, Liam Slater.
Liam Slater.
Sex on legs.
Yeah, and we were
My,
getting really excited. And then the 3CW Mike was just sat there. Oh, it's not for me, this. It's not for me.
I was
He
sat
was
next
lovely.
to
I
him.
really liked him.
Yeah, I was sat next
you
to him
there?
for Raw when they came to Manchester.
What
Sat
is
next to him and he's just like, yeah, we had a better show than last week. We had Matt Riddle. I'm like, why are you here? Like, Pete Dunne, we had him when he was 30 bob, man. Yeah, well, he's a bit more than 30 bob now that he's, UK champ. He's 60 bob. So yeah, global localization. You know how they don't call the audience a crowd or fans anymore. They call them WWE Universe. I think this is their way of saying it's not a monopoly, it's a global localization.
Yeah, maybe.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, so this is either going to be great or terrible news, especially at the spoiler of the Network 2.0.
What?
I've seen that one brief image of the Network 2.0.
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
the
Is this
happening.
Indie shows are going to start popping up on the network,
But
which has been rumored for a long time.
Which indie shows could it be? I mean, come on.
I guess.
Now,
It's the worst kept secret in all of UK and Irish wrestling.
from a selfish, I'm not a wrestler, non-wrestler point of view, if Triple H is in charge of all of this, maybe it'll turn out really good, because Triple H is really good.
Yeah, I mean NXT is incredible, and in part, or a large part, in fact, due to Triple H, without a doubt. I should point out when I was talking there as well that I think the expansion into the UK has actually done some great things as you slurp away on your lingo. But because now we're seeing the UK Championship, which is WWE owned, of course, we're seeing that pop up on indie shows, and it's a draw for those indie shows. As I say, my worry is that if you're not in with that lot, then you're going to struggle because the big talent aren't going to be on your shows.
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to this to see how it could benefit. From a entertainment perspective, it's going to be definitely tickle a lot of pickles because the amount of talent that is currently available in this area of the world is amazing, as we're obviously seeing them cherry-picking the people there. Yeah, how this is going to affect just the companies over here, if it's as you said, if it's with us or against us, that worked really well for those other territories around the expansion. Good old AWA, what are they doing nowadays?
But there was a thing on Reddit, I think, that was like,
here we go.
You either live long enough, you either die as WCW or live long enough to see yourself become the NWA. And I was like,
that's good actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's really good.
Wasn't me, but it was
fine.
Thank you, Reddit user.
I like. Thank you, Reddit user. I like that Reddit user too. Might be related to your other Reddit user. Discovered the clip of me can, and they said, "Wow, I didn't realize Maffew was related to James Ellsworth." To which I replied, "How dare you? James Ellsworth resembles a human being."
Oh,
that's
friend.
not nice.
It's a joke.
Friend.
I don't want reaction out of you.
Self-deprecation's nice. I saw a
Yeah,
comment.
but that's like your mum. That's like your mum saying, "Oh, I
They're
think
just
you look
jealous.
pretty." Don't just go.
Yes, exactly
Shove your
what it is.
O's up your ass. Anyway,
I
carry
saw
on.
a comment about you on the first video podcast,
Oh, the great one. Carry on.
and it said that it had about 17 thumbs up, and it said Randall from Monsters Inc.,
No.
which I think is a real
one's
shame.
Randall?
Randall is
Not the one voiced by Steve Buscemi.
The grubby little. He's purple.
There was a lot at my uni who also got compared to Randall.
Yeah.
He was quite a tall, skinny guy, and he used to work in the kitchen of the bar.
right.
So he'd peer through the hatch to see if anyone wanted a burger or something. We'd be like, "Hello." We were like, "You're right." His nickname was Creature.
Oh, that's horrible.
you know-
You get Pete Doherty. I
Yeah,
get Regular Legs and Sam Hyde now.
Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde is this guy who is every time any tragedy happens, like a school shooting or something like that, everyone, all the trolls on Twitter, will post this same picture of Sam Hyde holding a gun and saying, "Oh, it's him that's done it." And apparently he's just I think he's a comedian or something, but he does look a lot like
Yeah,
me.
he's a YouTube guy.
Hey.
I think I know exactly who you mean. It's if you and Simon Miller did the Spirit Dance. The Spirit Dance.
He's a big lad. He's quite hench.
Yeah. Also, a honorable mention next to that, DJ Qualls used to get when I was young and prettier.
Don't know who that is.
The nerd. Not seen Road Trip?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, him. That one. Yeah, the nerdy kid the evil kid from Recess.
Oh,
Randall,
as well. He's also called Randall.
He's also called Randall. Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Randall.
Wow.
Take your word for it.
I get
He was
I get TJ from Recess.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
He's the cool one.
Well, not because he's the cool. Just gotta look like him.
I don't
Okay.
think he's that cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
I'm not
think-
saying he's
No,
cool.
no, I'm not.
Cool
I'm
by
not gonna go-
default.
I always found him quite obnoxious. He was
Yeah.
arrogant, wasn't he?
Well,
He was-
I would think that because I'm Randall.
Yes, you
Never
grass.
liked you, TJ.
He was always booked too strong.
He was the
TJ
Roman
Detweiler.
Reigns of recess.
He really was.
They've also, in other news, caught that murderer, they think.
I was about to say, yeah,
crazy.
can't believe it.
What?
There's some murderer from like the 70s. What was he called?
Jimmy
The
Snuka.
original, he had
Not the Zodiac Killer, the other
the
one.
original
The
Night
original Night
Stalker.
Stalker.
Have they?
Isn't it crazy? Like, I'm glad some other people know this. I'm surprised you knew about it. But
Oh,
like,
it's been all over.
I'm
the
done. I am on.
like,
I'm onto
He's
Wikipedia.
an ex-policeman.
No.
he's been
Not the
staying.
Zodiac Killer.
No.
The
The original Night Stalker, not Night Stalker, the Rodriguez
Richard
guy.
Ramirez.
Yeah, Marina. Sorry,
Ramirez,
I'm bad with
sorry.
names. Yeah, the original guy who was doing it before him, and
Bruno Sammartino. He was calling him like Bruno
Sammaritano or whatever.
He was.
I don't know. I don't
Maffew.
say these names. I read them online.
Bruno Sammaritano.
So I'm an Italian.
Was this
I watched The
last week?
Sopranos.
Sorry, can we get back to
Yes.
the murderer, please?
Yeah. The mass
they've
murdering, rapist,
they've
whatever. All the good things.
they've
Yeah,
not-
they've caught him. Like,
They've not said how.
oh,
they,
sorry, they may have.
They've not. No, they've not. Well, they don't definitely know it's him, but they've not said how they know. They've not said how they found out. They've not released that information, but it was apparently they arrested him on World DNA Day or something like that.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you didn't do a news video. What were you playing
I
at?
think I was aware. I think it was last weekend.
Oh,
I hope-
should have done that.
I hope when you do those on this day in wrestling history, it's like, yeah, Greatest Royal Rumble, whatever. Night Stalker, original Night
I'd love to
Stalker
do
was
a serial
caught.
killer one of those. That's all I
Right.
do. I
Right.
get home and either I watch wrestling, I play WWE 2K18, or I watch serial killer documentaries. If you boot up my YouTube app on my PlayStation, it's literally all just like BTK, John Wayne Gacy.
yeah.
Oh,
It's creepy.
BT Gun and Chris Hunter.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, because I'm on only Reddit to go Gandhi, Unresolved Mysteries, which is just
brilliant subreddit.
which will guarantee to keep you up. If you need to keep yourself awake to like watch a WWE pay-per-view live, for example, this is better than 5-hour energy. This is like 5-day energy because you'll either be really interested, you want to go to bed, or scared to death that you won't want to go to sleep. So yeah, it's like, oh, they'll never catch this guy, never catch him or the other ones. I think it's exact the Zodiac ones. Whatever. It's like, oh, they may have caught him.
This is brilliant.
Wow.
It's like Bret Hart coming back to the WWE after years.
Oh,
Daniel
it's better.
Bryan, Bret Hart coming back. Daniel Bryan returned to the ring. The original Night Stalker,
Yeah.
possibly getting caught.
In other news as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, who else?
No, just
They found
We covered
Atlantis.
Dale Winton last
No,
week.
not Dale Winton. I can't access my bank account because I'm on TSB and there's a nightmare going on in the UK right now. One of the banks you just can't access online banking. It's been 6 days.
Really?
Yep.
Can you go in branch?
Adam was in town today. He said there was a huge queue.
People have been going home apparently. Lloyd's TSB staff have been going.
Not
they've
Lloyd's
been-
TSB anymore. There was a split.
Yeah, yes,
my
sorry,
mum used to work.
sorry.
My mum used to,
Jesus,
my mum
do
used to
not
work
say
for the TSB.
Did she?
Apparently, there was a little rivalry in the office between the Lloyd's people and the TSB people.
Like the Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah.
No, there's big problems there.
That's
we
not,
should stop
that's
talking
West Side
about.
Story.
It's way funnier.
That's not Crips and the Blood.
I know.
That's the
I know
Japanese
that's not the
shop.
Crips of the Blood song.
Oh right, I thought you were saying that's what they did.
Yeah, no, I just thought that'd be. Yeah, correct.
Okay, fair.
No, let's not
Tupac's
carry
great
on.
hit. Da-da-da-da-da.
Let's stop the news here.
Okay, that was the news.
No.
Let's do the Hall of Fame.
No. Yes.
The original Night Stalker.
No.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
On to the Cultaholic Hall of Fame. And last week it was a hotly contested
I
triple
wasn't.
threat. Hotly contested triple threat between Ric Flair Saturday Night Live, Mojo Rawley, and Jay Lethal as Ric Flair.
So Ric Flair versus a man impersonating Ric Flair.
Yeah, evil Ric Flair versus the good Ric Flair.
Yes.
Guess who won? The winner
I hope
of Cultaholic
it's
Hall
actually
of Fame
not Mojo.
is
Yes!
Jay Lethal as Ric Flair. Ric Flair
Speaking of impersonators,
came in an unbelievably resounding last with something like 9%. Mojo came at about 38% or something, and the remainder was, of course, Jay Lethal, who does a hell of a Ric Flair impression.
Flair's good, but he's no Mojo Rawley.
I agree.
Because the board's filling up, I'm going to go through just really quickly
Oh, go
all of the things. So so Rusev, Triple H, and then it went a bit
Then it
off
went
kilter.
silly.
Yeah, then it went a bit strange.
Yeah, that won't work well.
The security woman who stopped Rob Gronkowski from interfering in WrestleMania 33.
Sure.
Hurricane. No Mercy on the N64.
Yes.
The wrestling episode of Futurama.
Yes.
Jimmy Havoc because he was nice to your mother.
That's exactly right.
My mate James from school who had a fit.
What noise does he make?
No.
Are we not allowed to do that anymore? I say we. I've never partaken in this horrible.
Oh no,
bullying.
Jack's. We're doing the thing where Jack's like, no, that's not very funny, and I go, I don't care what people on Twitter think. Hey, crash.
Tyler Breeze, Sam's Coffee, trying to get an endorsement
missed
deal.
one here.
Oh, that went well, didn't it?
Ross's Black Jeans,
go.
but didn't get in twice. He tried to get his second
Yes,
pair in,
yeah.
but it didn't work. Jack Swagger,
Eh?
the wrestling episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yes.
Joe Hendry karaoke edition,
Yep.
and Jay Lethal as Ric Flair.
The board
Wow.
is filling up.
Well,
They need another board, or
are we going to have like a greatest Cultaholic Rumble or something? All the greater wrestlers in.
we should absolutely book all of these people who are actually people. Have you? Can you get in contact with James?
Yeah, I could do. He's got Facebook.
Has he?
Yep.
What's his name so everyone can check him out?
Since school, I've noticed he's put on a bit of weight.
Okay.
He's grown his hair out, and he's well into bikes now, motorbikes. But I've not added him.
He's
That's
Baron
just-
Corbin.
That's just what I gleaned from his. That's just what I gleaned from his profile picture. So
So you didn't add him?
no,
Oh, add him.
Does he know you're making a living off him?
probably not.
I'm going to add him. I'm going to add him and start a friendship with him and just be like really weird and invite him in.
I've never told anyone his actual name because I know one of you will.
Oh,
try-
yeah.
exactly.
In a drunken state, I would get home and add James and say, thanks for letting us monetize
I'm
you,
terrified.
buddy.
I'm
Excellent,
terrified
buddy.
of being on a night out with one of you, and he's there. I'll have to be like, "Oh, I haven't seen you for ages," and then you're like, "Who's this?" And I'll be like, "Ah."
It's going to be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers if we see him with point and go, "Eee!" at the same time.
Right. So
Every time we say your name, statistically, we earn a tenner. Just saying. So the Cultaholic Hall of Fame this week. Jack, you may go first. For missing last week, you must be extra prepared.
mine is from Monday Night Raw, and it's the group of totally not planted fans who chanted for Roman Reigns during Paul Heyman's promo.
That's a really good one.
Roman. They were having They were way too diverse a group of friends. It was like the cast of a modern sitcom. They were all head to toe in WWE
Yeah,
merch.
white people and black people can't get along. Go on.
No, that's not what I'm saying at
That
all.
is exactly what
That's
you said.
not what I'm saying at all.
Racist.
They were all way too enthusiastic. When everyone else in the crowd was booing, they were all jigging almost. Roman. And they were head to toe in WWEshop.com paraphernalia. So
If you're going to do it right and hire a bunch of chunky lads with Rusev Day t-shirts and just make it like realistic.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout though.
thanks.
For the...
Oh, we never speculate on each other. We never normally do that. We don't go, that's a good one. We normally just go, Ross, you can't put your jeans on.
Oh, Ross says, today on this morning, a man who married a pig or whatever. the hell.
Yeah, did you hear about the
Yeah, the
one?
woman in
the
the
bath.
bath.
Yeah.
It says, leave your sick hentai alone. This is serious. This is the Cultaholic Video Podcast Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Not to be confused with any other Hall of Fames.
Maffew, you go ahead because I don't have one yet.
No problem. Your hair is less Jeff Jarrett this week. It's
I've just stopped brushing it, so it is how it is when it gets out
You
of the
pull it
show.
off, though.
Oh, thank you very much. Cheers.
Sort
I
of
had it
flick,
cut. I
right?
went to a proper hairdresser's for once and said, do the sides like people on YouTube do.
yeah, I try to
So
have
it
that
is-
look, and it doesn't work. For
No,
me,
your
though.
hair's
Do you
really
think?
nice,
Okay.
Randall. But which one?
Oh, yeah, both winners. And speaking of winners,
Orton?
Cultaholic Video. What?
Continue.
Randall Orton.
He's got a short sides.
Yeah,
and
but
top.
his is that is not what I look. That's not. Oof. I'd rather look like Randall than Randy.
That's
at this point.
ridiculous.
That is
What
mental.
That is
preposterous
wordplay.
thing to say.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway,
carry on.
anyway, after that lovely intermission, my Hall of Fame pick this week is Crazy R-Truth.
Okay.
Not quite the one that's going on now. I mean the original turn in 2011, I believe.
Where he was smoking and stuff, right?
Where he turned on John Morrison because he was drinking. They saw him on camera drinking water because he was, I don't know, knackered. And so he beat up John Morrison, started smoking indoors, and then just every week kept on coming out and getting crazier and crazier.
It's really good.
There's
It
no
only came out-
T-shirts.
it was
There's
only-
no T-shirts. For R-Truth. This is a conspiracy. C-O-N. Spiracy. And it was just like, what the hell? And it was so different and so
It was
funny.
good.
Yeah, it's so
It was
entertaining.
actually good.
Yeah.
R-Truth hadn't been good for a long time, but that was... And he was getting, like, main event matches on Raw at that time.
I think
One,
not
maybe.
quite that. I think it worked well because it turned out they just needed an opponent for Cena at the a very memorable pay-per-view, Capital Punishment.
Wait, was he in the main event of that?
Yes, that was the
That's
main event.
nuts, isn't
Crazy
it?
R-Truth versus Cena in the pay-per-view main event, which is like, all right. But I
Was
was
that the match
hyped.
where the
but-
stipulation was that he was allowed to go and have a cigarette and a bit of water midway through the match? Maybe that was on
No.
Raw or something. There was a match.
No, he
where-
just did it on. He definitely did it one time on Raw with John Morrison.
He did it in England because of the smoking ban, and it was a heel thing to do. It came out.
Was that the reason why?
Yeah, you're allowed to smoke
there
if
we
it's
go,
part of
yeah.
the performance.
Yeah.
So he took advantage of that, and everyone booed the hell out of him because people don't like smokers.
Richard Truth, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Interesting
That's right.
fact. It's on a list that I was just doing now. R-Truth held the NWA title for longer than Dusty Rhodes,
Oh,
which is depressing.
Yeah, because Dusty never held it for very long. So
Yeah, I know, but it's
he's
just
better as
why-
a challenger. So.
Yeah, that's true.
but you just
that's,
imagine.
Wow, sorry for
R-Truth.
shooting you down like that.
No,
yeah.
no, that's still interesting.
That is interesting. Adam. I
Thank
think
you,
so.
mate. I
So,
appreciate
And
that.
what was it like? Sting's TNA title reign was longer than any of his WCW title reigns.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that either. Kurt Angle spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE,
Yeah,
which
that
was
is
always
true.
nuts.
The planet Uranus used to be named George.
Tortoises or turtles can breathe through their anuses.
The two main members of ZZ Top both have beards, apart from the
One
drummer,
called
who
Beard.
has the surname Beard.
And isn't?
I didn't have one. I've lost this fact battle.
I think it was my turn. Let's
go on.
move on.
Wait, one more. The capital of Luxembourg is Luxembourg.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
that's a
favourite
good
fact
one.
of all time.
That's a really good one.
Speaking of really good ones, yes, Crazy R-Truth, very cool, very interesting character. He's been milking it ever since to some success. Sometimes it was not that good when he was teaming with Ziggler as like his Mizdow. It was like, nah, don't get it. Other times when he comes out, when the Money in the Bank contestants all interrupting Kane, and then he comes out and goes, I'm going to win the title match. Kane goes, you're not even in the match. He goes,
My bad.
oh, my bad, and sleeps. Or getting the ladder for the Royal Rumble thing as well.
Yeah,
Okay, that works. I mean, there's difference between good comedy and bad comedy. So, yeah. He absolutely should not have been headlining Survivor Series 2011 with Miz versus the small team of, what's their names? Who was it? Oh, yeah, The Rock and John Cena. But yeah, that initial run was like, yeah, I'm an R-Truth fan. Thank you.
That's a sensible pick. That's a
Uh-oh.
really good. No. Well, I'm gonna nominate Jack the Jobber for the Cultaholic.
Sorry,
Hall of Fame.
R-Truth.
Because first of all, I think it's almost definitely going to win.
Why would it win?
Any of us? No, of course it will.
No, I don't think-
Because the people who are voting on this are fans of you. They're Patreon supporters.
Thanks.
They love you. Basically, Jack did 3 news videos today when we had nothing else going out. And I think he should be applauded for that. I know it's your
This is
job.
so
I know it's your job. It's not.
patronising.
Whoa! I'm putting you over here.
Thank you.
bro.
Thanks.
Yeah, and
Thanks, brother.
I think Jack is brilliant, and I just really like him as a person.
You couldn't think of a thing, could you? Not at all. You
Right,
can't-
I think he's
couldn't-
charismatic.
Oh.
I think he's articulate. I think he's
Oh, no.
compassionate. I
Oh,
think he's
to be
handsome.
fair-
I think he looks like Pete Doherty.
His defense is impregnable. His style is impetuous. I will eat your heart. I will eat your kids.
And all the jokes aside, he actually rarely has an erection at work.
Thank you.
Rarely. So
Well, they're not at work.
For
There's
that
no
reason,
on the bus, yeah.
just on the buses.
Also, I was on the radio yesterday as well, so that's a good reason, I
Oh,
guess.
the,
Yeah,
the
Jack-
subtle brag part of it.
It wasn't subtle. I just said it. It was on. I was on Radio Kent. The legit. I was on Radio.
Not the
Kent.
fake one. The legit
No, the
radio.
legit
Kent.
Radio Kent.
Not
I've heard
pirate
about the
radio.
fake Radio Kent.
Radio Kent on a
Operates out the Indian Ocean. Carry on.
Radio Kent on a twice yearly no, not twice yearly, on a 2-year like 4th yearly basis.
40 years.
Four-
Like
not
4
bi-
million.
biannual.
No,
Biannual, it likes
it's
of the
biannual.
years.
It's
No,
biannually,
biannual's
not
twice a year, isn't
what's,
it?
So what's once every 2 years?
Every 2 years they call you.
Every 2 years, Radio Kent go, well, the sport's coming back, and you get on the radio and...
Which means you're in there, and they obviously type in the word wrestling, and they've got a list of people who pop up, and it's like,
it's
oh,
just Jack the Jobber.
yeah, okay, Klondike
So-
Kate is unavailable. Johnny State, no. Jack the Jobber.
Giant Haystacks is
Yeah,
dead. Oh,
yeah, he
God.
presents on a channel. He used to present for a bigger channel. And like, I don't know, give him a ring because he always picks up.
Yeah, they were like, I talked to Dominic King off Radio Kent again. I didn't have to, but I did it. And it's a man, bless him, who clearly knows very little about wrestling. He's a radio DJ. He's, got more broad knowledge than in-depth knowledge. And he just says at me a lot of things that he knows about wrestling with little structure, and I have to kind of make points around it. It's brilliant.
What did
So
you
it's like
say he
talking
said
to
earlier?
fans.
He said, he asked me what it means for World of Sport to come back and stuff. Are you pleased about it? And I was like, I
Nothing.
think it'll be good and all this sort of stuff. I was giving points. And then he went, I suppose wrestling goes back to the old, spit and sawdust days.
What does
Dead
that
air.
mean?
And I was like, Yeah, I mean, it goes back to the carnival.
Yeah, that's probably what it meant. Sawdust on the floor.
The
spitting.
Romans, you know.
The woman, his
sawdust.
producer, who like was on the line to me before I went live, who was preparing, was very good at her job. She soothed me. She afterwards made me feel happy about how I'd done. She was great.
Well done, little buddy. I hope you get in the Cultaholic Hall of Fame. See ya.
Did she squeeze your teeth?
No, she said. She literally said, "Oh, you're a star." I thought I was at school. I was like, "Oh, thank you. Cheers."
Sticker's on its way.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh,
So thanks, Radio Kent. Next week I might nominate them for the Cultaholic Hall. Don't know why.
No, you
Don't know why Kent. Last time, 2 years ago, they went, "Where are you based?" I went, "Newcastle." They went, "That's a bit far, isn't it?" I don't know how they found me.
Who's famous in Kent in wrestling?
Kent
Jack
Waltman.
Jabba.
Willpower.
Willpower.
They aired a little segment before I was on where they were like, you might remember 2 years ago when we sent our reporter down to the Southeastern Wrestling Federation or whatever, and he interviewed some wrestlers there, and he was like, "I'm here with Willpower, who's a big wrestling star," and then Willpower was like, "Yes, I'm a primary school teacher by day, wrestler by night." I was like, "Oh, lovely."
Oh, fair play. Well,
So he's a big star in Kent, I think.
big shout out to Willpower. Love your work.
Yes.
I love those puns. Like, just incredible.
Willpower.
Yeah.
Was
I didn't even get it.
Yeah,
It's that
did you
good.
not?
They're the best
Oh,
ones, aren't the
come
ones that you really have to
on.
think about willpower. It's
No,
like the word willpower.
Have you heard of? Have you heard?
Fantastic.
Have you
Leave me
heard,
alone.
have you heard Chuck Taylor's list of wrestling names that he comes up with?
Yes.
No gimmicks needed. Steve the Samurai.
They're like the first name they have in backyard wrestling. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ninja 69 and stuff like that.
When I used to play wrestle at school, this is like middle school, so maybe year 6 or 7. Too old to be doing it, maybe. But I was always AJ Hazard, which is the name that I would like to be. Piss off, I almost swore.
I thought you came up with that as an adult. I didn't realize you came-
No, I had a little drawing of it and everything. I was AJ Hazard, and my friend Dan Smith, who is a tremendous guy, a very talented guy and a musician now, and I'm just putting him over because I'm about to say something foolish.
Get him
that
in
he
the
did.
Hall of Fame.
He was bloomin' warm, Dan Smith, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bloomin' warm, not effing warm, not pissing warm.
Bloomin' warm.
Pissing warm?
Pissing warm.
Oh, what is it, day, mate? It's pissing warm.
Bloomin' Warm, Dan Smith and AJ Hazard.
Yeah,
The
we
most
had some
feared
barn
tag
burners
team.
until we got told that we absolutely weren't allowed to do it
Were you
anymore
like-
and just go and play handball. Or
Were you like Gargano and Ciampa?
I would say so. Yeah, I was Ciampa. I was the bad guy. Bloomin' Warm Dan
Whoa.
Smith. He was the real underdog. He was
Bloomin' Warm, Dan Smith.
hell of a guy. Got mutton chops now. That's the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
To recap, the Cultaholic Hall of Fame picks this week are Crazy R-Truth.
The definitely not planted fans from Monday Night Raw.
Jack the Jobber.
Thank you. Please send your votes and money to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
You got it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
Ah, there was a lot of wrestling this week. Did anyone check out Impact Redemption?
Yes.
Oh, what did you think?
It was Turning Point, which I believe used to be the name of an Impact pay-per-view. It was actually a Turning
Nice
Point.
pun. Yes.
It was actually a Turning Point. There's been some spoilies since, which I won't go into right now for people who don't want to know about. Oh, it's already happened. It was yesterday. Impact was yesterday. We can talk about them because it's Friday today.
Oh, is this Aries regaining
Aries,
the title?
right? So Pentagon won the title at Redemption. Everyone went, yes, brilliant. And they lost it immediately to Aries, and everyone went, oh, you're WCW.
That sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I guess maybe he just wants to continue with the lots and lots of belts thing.
He broke his arm. And then he beat him. Pentagon in Lucha Underground would break people's arms,
Oh,
but it
right,
would
yeah.
last for a long time. It would like be the way that Lucha Underground is. It was like a comic, like everything made sense in arcs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it would last. Breaking someone's arm would last the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah.
He broke Austin Aries' arm, and then he beat him a few days later.
So, Aries beat him with one arm. Pentagon, you suck. So yeah, Redemption, very rewarding.
To be
pay-per-view,
fair,
actually,
good
I mean,
pay-per-view.
obviously it's Impact, and they call it TNA. It's Redemption. It does need redeeming.
Yeah.
And this was one small step. I'm not
Yes.
sure how long it's going to last. As you pointed out, it's very hard being an Impact Wrestling fan and doing the things you'd usually do, like with WWE, and going on Twitter and going, "Wow, what a great match! What a great! I can't wait for the next episode," because somebody will come along and tell you what happens next week. Thanks, Twitter. But apart from that, Scott Steiner and Eli Drake are the tag champs.
I saw this.
Crazy enough, though, weird crowd for the Impact Zone for whatever reason. So Scott Steiner, the wrong end of 50, still busts out Frankensteiner, but the crowd are there to see LAX, so near pop.
Really?
The only pop was in Steiner's freaking knee when he landed on it.
It looked like he executed quite well. I saw the
nearly
gif.
landed on his head.
Did he?
Went, whoa.
I mean,
That's
he went
amazing though. A guy that's like I don't know, 48 or something.
Yeah. And yeah, the rest of the matches, Impact Wrestling is now just a well-produced indie.
Great.
Which is either
Which is what they need to be.
Yeah. It's either a compliment that there's entertaining stuff on the show and there are some good performances to watch, or it's a negative and saying, well, you're not supposed to be an indie, you're supposed to be an internationally televised show, so take your pick. However, I enjoyed the big 6-way or 5-way with Brian Cage versus the
smaller
Twinks.
people. Yeah,
Yes.
just chucking X Division lads around.
It's great. The 6-man House of Hardcore, not ECW brawl was great. The Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards feud. I mean, got TMZ traction and stuff like that. So going with it.
This is a bit from the bat shot to the face, right?
It's all stemmed from that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, they make an angle of it because it's wrestling.
Great.
After the match, which also involved our favourite, Moose.
He went ham in that match, by
Yeah.
the way. Christ.
He took some bumps.
Did he?
Did dive over the ropes onto a ladder.
He's just getting better. Like I think at the beginning when he, like, especially when he was with Defiant, didn't really know anything about him.
Wrestling.
We are.
I am.
I was like, I didn't know what to make of him, and now like he does amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I think Moose is getting really, really good. I
He
expect
is.
to see him in NXT like in the next year or so.
When WWE buys Impact.
Yeah.
So after the match, Eddie Edwards taped Sami Callihan to the ropes and got a kendo. Was it a kendo stick? And he just started hitting him with it very hard. He was bleeding and stuff. And then referees came in to stop him, and he hit all them with a kendo stick. He's meant to be a face, but this is the beginning of like a heel turn.
He cannot stand it anymore.
This is Eddie Edwards doing this. Sorry.
Yes,
not
Eddie
Sami
Edwards
Callihan.
doing this
Right.
to Sami Callihan. as
Sami
revenge.
Callihan's team won, which is not what Eddie Edwards wanted at all. It's supposed to be his revenge match.
Yeah.
And
So he just beat him up
So he
anyway.
beat him up. And then his wife came in, tried to stop him, but he didn't know it was her. Turned around, bang! She took a bump. Yeah, and he was like, oh, "No, what's happened?" That's right.
Which works like, it's like shades of the Shawn Michaels Jericho.
Yeah, it
from
was.
my way. However, the crowd were like, "Yeah, get her!" I'm like, "Oh, come on, God!" So that's actually muted towards the end. Like, while the crowd not reacting to this, they're all doing the Jim Ross. Oh my God, is she dead? Is she okay? And all this. The crowd like, "Whoa, one more time, one more time." So apart from that, yeah, Pentagon was champ. Time was champ. Blah blah blah. Some good stuff there.
Yeah, it was
I'm
some
happy
good
to say good things about
Should
TNA
say.
Impact, whatever you want to call them, when they do good.
Yeah.
Because I criticise them.
I should point out, Aerostar get well soon because he got injured. Not at that show, at the show yesterday, or the tapings, because he took a 450 splash, I think, from Andrew Everett, and apparently all the way it just landed on his chest, may have cracked some ribs or something. Yeah, he walked to the back, but with the help of people, but his legs were moving. But get well soon.
It sounded
Aerostar.
pretty serious. I saw a picture. It didn't look nice.
Yeah, Sierra Miedo. And
That's Pentagon.
back to, I know, it's a joke.
Okay.
Hey, it's a joke.
Jack
There you go.
Swagger is our hero.
The joke doesn't work now. I'll just do the swagger to let you know.
just do the
I
noise.
said something and you were supposed to react, and you didn't.
Make some s'mores.
On Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman came out and did his usual fantastic, majestic speech. Yeah, the man who can turn a death sentence into a Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman came out to open Raw, gave his usual amazing speech where he can turn a death sentence into a Valentine's Day card message.
Oh,
That was very good, wasn't it? I did in one breath. Said Brock's going to bury Roman Reigns in the desert, and I hope that happens. Takes him outside of the cage. It's the big pile of dirt. It's not how it works, is it, Matthew? We all know. Anyway, and yes, people were accusing the front row of maybe being Roman Reigns. I don't know who said that. Could that be?
Roman.
Do you think they'll keep doing
Where's
it?
that noise coming from? Now, I hope they press the wrong button and inexplicably, like, Roman Reigns comes out and you hear Goldberg, Goldberg.
It makes me wonder if more casual fans would notice that. Like, obviously, we're sort of looking out for
I
that
did
stuff,
notice
but
it, yeah.
Do you not?
Well,
You just thought
I
he
try
had-
not to look at fans because, you know,
Yeah, because there's stuff happening in the ring.
I've seen enough Bullet Club shirts. Ew. But no, I didn't know. What someone said that, if I went back and checked, but, you know, 15 hours of wrestling to watch this week, that they went to the fans before they started chanting, but I didn't notice that.
Did they? I didn't notice that. I thought they were chanting first, and then it cut to them going.
Right. That would make sense if it went
dancing
that way,
around.
but-
It looked like a High School Musical scene. They were all so happy.
You knew there were plans if they're happy at a wrestling event.
Well, that
Where's the
was-
beach balls?
They just looked way too into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Roman Reigns came out, said one word, and that was it.
It's his best promo, isn't it? Keep it short, and it's quite effective. Obviously, the 5-word promo of the Raw after Mania, his best ever promo. Keep it short and snappy, and I think Roman Reigns can actually connect with the fans, especially if you're paying the fans to cheer for Roman Reigns.
Hey, you know what?
If the paying fans won't cheer for him, whatever.
You know what? There's a theory. I'm not going to spoil it, but in the mailbag, there is a theory from someone. I'll wait until you get to it. I'll let
You're
you
not supposed to know what that's in the mailbag.
Yeah, well,
Are you ruining the kayfabe?
I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just saying that.
Hi, Colt Cabana.
You'll see what it is, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's
I
a
haven't
theory.
heard this, so.
It's a theory on how to get Roman Reigns.
Are you doing
over.
it coming up next
Is it
so
just
people
turn
don't
him
turn
heel?
off?
It's not to turn him heel.
Better than just
It's
turn
better
him
than
heel.
it's better than that. It's got
Awesome,
drama and
sure.
suspense.
Oh, like this Raw. Boy Roode lost to Elias. Boy Roode's entrance has way more overness with the crowd than Boy Roode himself.
Yeah, of course, because he's just not been interesting for several months now. Like it's just since they turned him face. He's just a boring mid-card face. You think back to his NXT stuff, and his heel work was really good. He never had a standout match, really. He had really good matches, but you don't think like, oh, that's amazing. He's not in the same camp as Gargano or something like that, or Almas. He was just good and a decent character. And now he's really struggling. He just shouldn't be face.
No, he shouldn't be face.
And you made me think then, what was Roode's best TNA?
Impact.
Roode's best I said it twice.
Roode's best
NXT
XFL match.
Thank you, Pims.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Oh no, you got a reference on me.
Yes.
Best NXT match was probably the one he had with Freddie Strong. Stop laughing. Where he was, it didn't make a takeover, but it was a feud like in between takeovers where he was feuding with Roddy Strong, and he like I remember he like hit him with a move and then was like staring at his wife in the front row as he was pinning him. So
nice.
Yeah, that was Roode. Great. This whatever.
But cool for Elias. It was a pretty clean win.
Yes, it
he
was.
pulled the arm through the rope right and then rolled him up. So
Yes,
it was a cheap win,
They all
but
went-
it was a win.
I don't see how it's a cheap win.
I guess it's a roll
It's
up.
not
That's what I
illegal.
mean. It's
Yeah,
not-
all right.
Connery did the whole thing like, oh, we stole it. And
Yeah. No,
He didn't.
it was just better.
yes.
Yeah, stole it like he paid for it.
Yep.
Bray Wyatt and Hardy, the recycled tag team, beat the Ascension, who have changed brands and nothing else.
But are wrestling now.
Yeah, at least they're
I
on
guess-
TV.
Oh, yes, sorry, yeah, I beg your pardon.
Not
you're
at
right.
least they're on TV. This is the unfortunate thing of like they're probably going to be on TV for the next 2 months to get the most out of them before perhaps they're released. I don't see them. Well, really, I mean, they've changed brands, and what are they doing? They've jobbed them out immediately. That's not good. If you transfer brands and they don't have anything in mind for you, like straight away, like why have they changed brands? Do they just need some jobbers to milk?
Yeah.
And they will. It's a shame. Did you know Victor, another interesting fact from this list, which I'm just going to ruin every part of, was trained in the Hart family dungeon?
Victor.
And boy,
Victor.
can you tell?
No.
Victor's good.
Is he the good one?
Yeah, Victor's
Is he the shorter one?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
You
okay.
do not even know the difference.
Oh.
Connor's the big lad. Victor's the looks a bit like you.
He wishes.
I think Victor looks a bit like Neville.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but not as good.
Yeah. Wait, is there a list of people who graduated from the Hart Dungeon? Because I thought like Lance Storm was the last one. Because he's the.
No,
I
apparently,
thought they stopped. Wait, are they still doing the Hart Foundation?
I don't know.
Hart Foundation. Hart Family Dungeon.
I don't know. I didn't look into it that much, but it's true.
Okay,
There you go.
that's weird.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, just Google for us, thanks. It's a shame actually. The Ascension were involved in those funny for a while bits with Breezango.
Yeah, they
And
were
then
good.
it was building to something like, oh, they're dressing up with them, they're being friends, and that was it.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, it's a shame. Simon and Kevin's show, where something did happen. This made his debut. Kurt Angle doesn't take any of their stuff. Books a tag match later tonight, and saying gets probably the best line in, where Owens talked about his 5 kids. He goes, no, he's got 6 kids. He goes, oh, sorry, I forgot his other one, like Angle did for years. Oh.
It was
It was
good.
brilliant, man. Sammy is the absolute bollocks, isn't he?
Yeah.
When he comes down and he's just such a knob end, and the little dance at the table and his spectacles, his reading glasses go on, he's nailing that character completely. No, I love him. Absolutely love him.
I think they're definitely in danger of getting cheers again, but I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Drew and Dolph beat Titus Worldwide.
With the best tag team finisher
good
in
finisher.
a long, long time.
My mate Brandon Stroud, who's actually your mate apparently,
Yeah,
tweeting you a lot, hasn't he?
Like Flair Savage. He was mine before she was yours. Woo!
I never,
He's damaged goods, Jack.
He never tweets me, just tweets you.
Yeah, I know.
And
About
I'm
you.
I'm the one who's always putting him over.
He's always talking about you. Like, who
Is
are
he?
you? Yeah.
What?
To him, you're just like a Twitter creeper.
Oh.
Brandon. What are you like?
Have you tweeted? Have you DM'd him one time?
No, I've never DM'd him.
Have you tweeted publicly?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because he followed me back because of something.
Okay.
Anyway.
What did Brandon say?
He followed you just to block you.
He hasn't blocked me.
Not yet.
He may have muted me. No, he said that's the best move. That's the best move in wrestling that will one day look awful when they mistime it.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's
I
a really
can
good
only
shout.
hope.
Yeah, it is a really good shout because Brandon's good, right? And then Ross always mocks me for enjoying his work.
I don't know his work.
It's good.
I don't think he mocks you like in his work. I think he mocks the fact that you mention him every week and be like, "Oh, Brandon Stroud, refined
Stroud.
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 Stroud. It's not a
Brandon
enemy.
Sammartino.
No, but yeah, it is going to look a bit weird when they miss it.
I don't know.
It's going to look great, Jack.
If they miss it, you've got two of the best in-ring guys on Raw doing it. Maybe they will. But, yeah, hell of a move.
Who's the other one?
Sorry?
Yeah, Drew and Dolph teaming up. Have you ever liked someone, like someone,
Whoa.
and then you've seen who they're with, and you've just gone, I can't believe they're with that. Is that just something about me?
Dolph is punching here. Is that what you're going
Absolutely
for? No,
is
he
what I'm saying. I like that he went, I'm here on Raw to take names. I went, oh, that's how he's earning his $1.5 million a year. He's working front of house. And so, yeah, McIntyre was amazing on the mic.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
Always.
great promo. When he said, yeah, I'm here to, people need to kick up the arse, basically.
Yeah,
He's
people
like,
are lazy in the back, right? People that aren't
Yeah, people are like,
ambitious
yeah, I
enough.
agree.
Yeah, it was good. That's not a heel thing to say. That's just accurate, isn't it?
Yeah. Ziggler said stuff. He was like, yeah, whatever. McIntyre was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have one of him.
That's the thing, like, with Drew, I said in a SmackDown Roundup video I did today, I know we'll get onto Big Cass, who was obviously featured very prominently on SmackDown. I can't believe a word that Big Cass says. I think the words in the promo were good. I didn't really think much of the delivery.
You mean?
But Drew, everything he says is so passionate and so brilliant. And he's just, fantastic. I'm a bit gutted that they've teamed him with Dolph, but I think it could go places at least.
Do you love him? Sounds like you love him a bit.
Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in love with him. I'm allowed to love stuff. Like I love Scotch eggs. Ooh. So he's my sort of Scotch egg of wrestling.
Yeah.
What do you love food-wise?
Chicken. You had chicken.
I had chicken. So did you? You had chicken?
Just chicken in general?
No, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to love toffee yogurts.
Oh, toffee yogurts are great.
Yeah, I've not had one for ages.
Oh. Do you remember these yogurts with a little toy inside? Little UFO?
Frou.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I don't remember. Oh,
Which has become a slang name for a vagina, I believe. Raw.
Well, there's also a president inside the yogurt. Yeah. On Raw.
That was pissing filthy.
Gross.
That was
Ew.
No, I beg your pardon. They're a gobstocker. It takes many licks to get the best fruits.
Are you drunk?
Chad Gable with absolutely no reaction.
Which
Defeated
is a
Jinder Mahal to a slight reaction.
Yes.
Yeah, poor Gable. Obviously, we'll talk about pushes for no reason and things happen for no reason. The Gable Benjamin team was a complete waste of a few months, and yeah, nice that actually Chad Gable's getting a look in.
Yeah,
maybe, or maybe this is just to fill time because as soon as they did this, they went, "Wow, what a great win for Gable." Jinder Mahal takes on Jeff Hardy for the IC title this Friday, but yeah, Axel and Dallas look for new guys to join. And probably resembled every single fan that has come up to Finn Balor or Seth Rollins and be like, can I join? So,
I found it quite endearing. I was like, oh,
it was very nice.
Yeah, I thought Balor was a bit mean to them.
Oh, on SmackDown.
Why is he just...
On Raw.
No, on Raw. Sorry,
Balor was later on Raw. Why is he just smiling? When the camera pans across him, he's
That's
like...
his thing now, isn't it?
Well, he looks like a cock and he needs to stop it.
All right.
If I was that handsome, I'd be smiling all the time too.
It's like, how do you know you're a good guy in WWE? Hi guys. I don't know if he's doing it almost like out of parody of himself because it is like
it's a bit of a sarcastic one, and I think you might turn heel at some point.
I hope so.
What, like this?
Yes,
I'm a bad guy now.
It's a heel smile. It's not a babyface smile.
Just realised we're just basically saying that I want everyone to turn heel, like Seth, Finn.
I don't think Seth's going to turn heel.
Interesting? Is what I'm saying.
Ambrose, he's going to turn heel.
Yeah, Ambrose should before Seth.
I can't see Ambrose come out and be like,
No.
I don't know, wacky.
Highlight the show for me. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley took on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and oh my God, was Braun over just bouncing around Kevin Owens. Yeah, loved it. Loved the reaction he got. Loved the fact that every time we talk, everyone's just bummed down into him. Yeah. I really hope Brock Lesnar loses the title and does something else other than headline and do the Brock is the last boss of WWE stick. So something else can happen, like Braun Strowman going up. Because with Brock in that position, you can't have Braun in the same position. So he needs to gun down and he needs to gun up.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really interesting in that, like, Braun is now on Raw. Now that Kevin and Sami are there, he's like up with those two as my favourite thing on the show every time. And Ross describes him as like a living meme, which he is because he does all this absolutely mental stuff.
Ross?
And his facials. No, sorry, Braun.
Ross is a living meme.
He's a living meme.
The stuff that he does week on week is just always entertaining. And I love him trashing everything. And yeah, he's great.
Yep. Baron Corbin said that he was not going to wrestle. It was obvious that no way Jose's posse was going to just sneak attack him.
Yeah,
so
he
he
had
left.
15 dudes with him.
He had a point.
Yeah.
And then as soon as No Way Jose dismissed his posse, he went, bitches leave, Baron Corbin came back in and decked him. Yes.
None of the posse ran out to help him.
Yeah.
They just stayed backstage. To be fair, it is Baron Corbin. He's a big guy.
Yeah, they looked at him and went, no way.
Yeah.
It's to the grave. I actually fast forwarded the bit that I'm about to say because I actually thought it was one of those adverts they put on Raw relentlessly, so I skip ahead. And it wasn't. It was Alexa Bliss doing a fake charity advert saying apparently Nia Jax ate the rest of a burrito bowl that Bliss was trying to give to a homeless woman. I said on the OSW thing.
Yeah.
Go on. I said on the OSW review that, like, do you think, like, Vince McMahon booked Alexa Bliss to be, you know, the good guy in the feud, not realizing how people work? And I think this was a line that you're supposed to go boo, but that is a good line.
Now, I'm torn because I did wish that after she'd lost to Nia, I kind of wish they'd dropped the bully and stuff. But if anyone can pull it off, it's Alexa Bliss. So, yeah.
Yeah. Who's messaging me? Some guy. Balor and Rollins still teaming up. Defeated the Miz Taraj. I can't decide which one is the other version of the other. Oh, it's both just very similar.
Oh, Balor and Rollins?
Yeah. I can't decide if Balor is the gay version of Rollins or Rollins the gayer version of Balor.
I think Rollins is the gayer of the two.
They're both very gay in a nice way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who would you pick?
Rollins, I'm a Rollins boy.
Oh.
All right, whoa.
I'll go Balor because he's got a massive dong. Because you can see it, can't you?
You can always see the outline of it.
All the time.
You can
If
see
I turn around, I can still see it.
You can see like the lip of his foreskin ridge.
Wow. What's the next match? Jeez.
I'm glad you said that because it was women.
The bell end. I was describing the bell end.
You went for the foreskin, the wrinkly little tip of the.
Oh, the sweet rapper. Anyway, and this match, I'll leave that joke alone. Yeah, this was one of these backhanded. Oh, it's women headlining, yeah,
because they're not on Friday.
Yay! And then they showed that in-screen video advert for the event that they're not allowed at. Yay! And it was also very long. Crowd didn't give a toss.
It was good. It was a good
but
match.
I'm like crowd reaction. The Roman Reigns plans weren't even watching this.
They were still like Roman.
Yeah. And it just shows like, yeah, we're supporting the women, the regular rosters, yeah, but we're gonna put all the spotlight on the one who's famous for something else.
Oh,
screw you, Natalia. Ha ha ha. So yeah, whatever. But they tried, I guess. This was a entertaining show, in my opinion. It felt like it was trying to book around the Greatest Rumble, because it's all dream matches some rich dudes paid for, rather than stuff that makes sense storyline-wise, which is what Backlash is. So it was like...
make a 5-star wrestling joke there.
Yeah.
We have the best
was
roster
good.
in the UK.
I like King
That would work for us.
I really... Who's that? I wasn't even...
Yeah. But, yeah. It's weird that the whole building to 2 pay-per-views things I've mentioned loads of times. It's just an odd one. I've never seen it in wrestling before, and it's not working, is it?
Again, I think they're kind of looking at us going, look, you've seen the card, right? And you look at the card, and go, what the hell? And it's like, okay, just pretend.
Yeah.
Like, we know, money, yay. Triple H is trying to, infiltrate them from the inside to get them to support women and stuff like that, which is probably the best answer he could give in this situation, because he's not just going to come out and go, they paid us. We're a business. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are going to take your money. We'll take the Saudis' money, buy the UK, maybe Ireland if we have enough change left over, and we're going to buy all the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Dean Knight will be on the WWE Network by next year. Highlight of Raw, apart from the ones already said, was The Rock's had a kid.
Yeah.
And
Lovely.
it showed the picture, and it was like, just pretend it's
So was our mate
Pims.
Ash.
It's like that.
Shout out to Ash.
DJ Ash?
Yeah, DJ Ash.
Oh, I
had a kid.
didn't know.
Rise.
Oh. I was watching wrestling. How sad is that? And he held it like this, the baby like that, and Corey Graves just said, "Why is The Rock topless? Did he take his shirt off at the hospital?"
I missed
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it was like, it came out of nowhere. It was a left field.
Yeah, why was he not wearing a shirt?
Yeah, it was like, did he just show
The
up?
baby's at home by then, right?
I guess so.
He's not in the hospital.
I think he said, "It's a boy." He went, "If you smell."
I imagine The Rock lives in a hot place. Probably lives in...
Saudi Arabia, like the Great Royal Rumble. It's occurring right now.
if he turns up. Wow.
With his baby.
He could do.
Where's Nicholas?
No, he's just had a kid.
Rock Kid have
If
Nicholas
Nicholas comes
at the age
out.
of 3 days. And SmackDown. Big Cass opened with a big promo. The big suit. Because of Pachiti's enthusiasm about Big Cass last week, I actually was paying more attention than usual to Big Cass.
Okay.
Usually I'd be like, but yeah, I actually really dug this promo where he came out and goes, "Wait a minute, I returned the same..." I'm going to try the accent because you know how good I am pronouncing names. I even do freaking accents. And this is I came out, I retired.
That's quite good.
He's
Yeah,
quite good.
I came back after Daniel Bryan came. Oh, I didn't screw that.
Lost
And no one cared about me returning.
Can
And
I
it's
say
like-
something to you? No, that's
Oh,
not Big
that's all
Cass at
right.
all. That was a bit Ric Flair in the end.
that was okay. Let's try it again.
Let me tell you something, WWE Univoice. Nah.
Oh,
me?
there's Tony.
talking to me.
Tony, she's a hooer. The gabagoo.
I
yeah.
didn't like it.
You didn't like? Wait a minute. What?
No, I got a lot of flack for this on the video recap thing that we do.
What counts as flack, by the way, for YouTube?
Adam, you big nose specky cock. Why don't you get a new job, you big loser?
See you next
Hashtag.
video. Bye. Love you.
Jack, I love Jack. You know what? I think the scripting was really good, and it was definitely heavily scripted. And I thought he made some good points, such as nobody cared about me when I came back, but you're not Daniel Bryan. But there were two things for me. One was that he said that he really concentrated on getting bigger, which is not how growing works.
Well,
vertically anyway.
Oh, way to not get so. Well, yeah, that's why it worked. That's why he's been a dick, a big dick. Because like
was it
Finn
him
Balor.
being a dick?
Yeah,
It just came across as he's a proper thicko.
You think so? No,
Yeah,
I thought that was a
maybe I have
highlight of
missed
the
something.
promo.
Oh, maybe I have missed something there.
But him going, when I had a problem. Well, that's the
Well,
word.
that's got
is it?
all that.
I know. I can't do his.
Hey, yo.
Yo,
Oh.
the bad guy.
I
I
can
had a
do
problem. I solved it by growing really big. Why can't more people grow big?
I
That's how
just
there's
thought-
salvation.
I just
I
thought-
thought that was great.
I
No one
just-
else.
missed it.
I just thought he might have been spending a lot of time in the gym. So
he's
three
talking
No,
about
because he's
vertical.
Did he
he's
actually-
bragging
Yeah.
about being how big he is, and it just shows he's deluded, but not in a stupid way. Just be like, that's why I solved my problem.
You know what? I probably misunderstood this.
I
Okay,
think to each their own, but I liked it.
No,
They
fair
did
enough.
go on maybe a bit too long, but also I like the other little bits of it because again, the character work in WWE is what probably when it's great, it's really good. This one moment when Miz is like, "Shut Big Cass," he's like, "Oh what?" He's like, "You know what? Daniel Bryan's not very nice. I fully agree with everything you're saying, Big Cass."
Yeah,
I thought that was
for me.
that was
It was
cool.
his delivery, which was the weak point. He does this thing where I said in the video as well. He doesn't believe what he's saying. It's like it comes across very unnaturally, and he does this thing as well where he's delivering a promo and he'll be facing hard cam, but when he's delivering the most poignant lines of the promo, his eyes will flit to one side.
He's not like most girls.
He looks at the camera
Like
too
Nia
much.
Jax.
Yeah.
He does.
No,
He does the
I-
Nia
He
Jax.
just keeps on looking at the camera.
and it just sort of takes you out of it a little bit. Maybe I'm being too hard on Big Cass, and maybe I've misunderstood the promo. I'm going to go back and watch it.
Well, this was 1 week. Like I said, we are very fickle here. Let's see if we can keep it up. Because if he hams it up, he just goes like, "Oh, you lost a match. Why don't you just grow big?"
Yeah, no, I like that.
My prediction for the Greatest Royal Rumble is that Daniel Bryan's going to win, and it's in jeopardy because the minute I predicted it on video, both Pacitti and Sam went, "Hey, Big Cass is going to eliminate him," and now I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
Well, they're building to a match of Backlash, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are.
It doesn't. I don't know. Bryan could still win. It would be a nice closing shot.
Yeah, kind of like this is
Not as
like
nice as Cena.
the Garlic Jr. saga in Dragon Ball Z. He's like, yeah,
Honk,
all
honk,
right. Yeah,
honk,
yeah, no,
honk,
I'll
honk.
accept it. That's the 3 people like, yeah, thank you, Maffew. We will not throw crap at you.
Shoryuken, is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is it. That is it.
Is
Well
that Dragon
done,
Ball Z?
Oh, yeah, well done, man.
And over 9,000.
That is
is it,
actually
yeah.
Dragon Ball
And
Z.
the
Ball
Dragon
Z-
Balls themselves with a little star.
Yes,
Dragon
the name
Ball-
of the show is in the show. Thank you.
My nan got me a set of those for Christmas. Never watched Dragon Ball Z in my life. Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z!
I've never watched
Dragon-
Dragon Ball Z in my life. And she presents these things, and she said the man at the market said that this is what a person of my age would appreciate. I was about 24 at the time.
No, you
I
weren't.
was.
Well, she was right.
It was so sweet. They're under my bed still. If you want to buy those, get in contact.
Some beads, only used once. The
My Dragon Ball Z love eggs given to me.
oh,
Carry
you are
on.
a Dragon Ball Z fan? Well, you know the Shuriken. That was a
It's
joke, by the
called
way.
the
To be fair, I don't know what it is.
Kamehameha.
I like
Damn it,
Christian.
I wanted him to- I wanted to lie to him.
Yeah. No, I know. I didn't know that. What that was
No,
from.
you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z.
Sure, you.
Yeah, that's Goku.
That's good, yeah. Where were we?
Talking crap. What was I saying? Yeah, this is. It's great. Okay, this is all right because for Daniel Bryan, I want them to get the Miz versus Bryan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Don't you walk away from me, bro. Don't you? The best promo that in the last 3 years, maybe. That Miz on Talking Smack.
Oh, sorry.
Then
yes,
why don't you
yeah, I
retire?
thought you meant Big
Then
Cassidy.
I
was
remember
like,
every bit. Then why don't you quit? Then why don't you quit and go work in a but?
I'm out here every damn week.
Yeah.
No, it's, the best promo in 3 years, without a doubt.
How dare you say my style is soft? I'm still. You had to retire for the style. Oh, again. So I can talk about that all day. The Iconics can be better than Asuka because they beat Charlotte last week. Who beat
Hi
Asuka,
there,
so-
guys. We're the Iconics. That's my. There we go. Yeah, there you go.
I like them. I
then
really
you're
like them. I like the look how great we look on the big screen and stuff. They're
Yeah.
excited to be there, and they're thoroughly unlikable. They're really, really annoying to watch in a good way at the moment. So yeah, I'm all for them, and it's good to see that they're. It looks like they're scrapping the Asuka streak. Obviously, they've scrapped the Asuka streak, but they're not going to restart a new one. She was involved in a loss.
Yeah,
albeit a
and
tag team loss.
Yeah, Becky Lynch took the pinfall
Oh,
there. So
Becky.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Naomi, in a weird, no, not weird, but I'm just like, all right, whatever. Assisted the Uso, take your pick, whatever, both the same.
Jimmy.
Against, no, Maffew. Against Luke Harper. And they're able to beat him. This may be one of the only losses that the Bludgeon Brothers have had since they made their
Yeah.
re-debut. It may be the only one,
think
but
it is the only
please
one,
quote
isn't
me
it?
if I'm wrong. Yeah, and it was because of Naomi, and it's like,
Yeah, sliding along the floor and then
Okay.
shaking her booty.
I mean, there's a lot of distraction.
It was the way you said it. It wasn't what you said. It was the way you said it.
Booty. shaking her booty.
Miss
Shaking
Annabella.
her booty.
Ugh.
Look at that woman there, Ethel. She's shaking her booty.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right.
You erect? No.
No.
Not yet.
Don't worry, Jack. We won't keep making the jokes in videos. We don't want it to get too, in the comments
Hey,
section.
I didn't do the T-shirt.
You
in
didn't.
fairness.
Oh, thanks for not.
Oh,
making-
you had a T-shirt made?
Well,
No,
we
not
said we
made.
made a joke. T-shirts available Monday. We had no intention of ever releasing them, but
Uh-huh.
don't know. Maybe a limited edition.
Okay, I've heard people put up money.
Do something in Wrestle Crate. Carry on.
So if Saudi Arabia booked you to be Jack's erection, would you do it?
To be if
Like
they booked me
insurrection.
to
Something
be,
to do
if
with
they
your
booked
cock.
me to be my own erection.
Work with me here.
My own erect penis is an entrant in the Royal Rumble.
if we
Yes.
ever do a show, it's got to be a parody of Insurrection called Jack's Erection.
No, it doesn't.
It's
Jack's
absolutely
Erection.
Someone
does.
called me. I can't remember who it was. I think it was someone in the mailbag. Called me Stone Cold Stiff Austin.
That's not very nice.
No, it's not. No.
Oh, what happened next on SmackDown?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, wrestling. All right. Carmella came out and said, well, you guys didn't really react much for my video package last week, so I'm going to play it again. And you better react. Crowd afterwards. Boo. Anyway, that's not very nice. I'm going to play it again, and you better cheer. And then, boo. Oh, I died.
Just classic heel work. It's brilliant. Don't give the fans what they want. It's great.
Classic heel work by the Teletubbies. And then ruined by Natalia coming out and like, whatever.
Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah. Carmella's great on the mic.
Yeah, she is.
It's definitely the only thing that's,
Carmella clapped back at some fans on Twitter. They said to her,
Oh, no.
"You're not very good at wrestling." And
How
she
dare
said,
they.
"The last singles match on a pay-per-view I had was in December 2016. I've been working hard since then. You're going to see it Backlash." Ooh.
It's not a very heel thing to say, is it? Give me a chance.
This is on Twitter.
Yeah, I guess
Her
so.
last singles pay-per-view match. Yeah,
26
there's a
times,
reason
so.
why her last singles pay-per-view match was December 2016.
No.
Yes.
I think she's going to come out and be sick. She's going to come out.
Bleh.
She's going to come out. She's going to come out and look like
Oh,
who's
go
she
on.
gonna-
Bon Nakano.
Kairi Sane. I was going to say Kairi Sane,
well.
but she's not. But she might have improved a lot.
I think she probably has in that time. If she's saying that I've got better, then she probably has.
Do you know who's
Give her a chance.
wicked
No.
and a future WWE Women's Champion? Bianca Belair.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
good.
Class,
She's
yeah.
good.
Shelton Benjamin defeated Randy Orton in the best match of 2002 Raw, proving Gable leaving was the best thing to happen to both men. Okay, interesting to see whether.
Enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good joke.
Did you like
Yeah.
that? Oh, thank you. Oh.
Get them.
Get 'em.
Updating their product.
It's good that Cole mentioned the OVW class of 2002.
Did he? I missed
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah, it mentioned, obviously, which is Cena, Lesnar, Orton, Benjamin. Batista.
Randall.
Yeah. And it was like, Cornette was like, yeah, people can say what they like about me. That's us that produced that.
Why?
Just saying.
Why? I guess so.
Oh, well. I'll be interested to see if it goes anywhere. I think Shelton Benjamin beating Randy Orton every week is a very good usage of Randy Orton. AJ Styles and the club back together again, reunited. Versus the Nagas, Rusev Day and Nakamura, with his brand new theme.
Brilliant. Love it.
Because he was sick of the crowd cheering along with him. So now he's got the Japanese rap.
It's the right call,
Rapanese.
isn't it?
And
What are you laughing
that wasn't
at
supposed to be
Rapanese.
racist, but it did sound like
Rapanese.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
And they Corey Graves put that over, and I still see a lot of people saying, "Oh, why'd they change it? It sucks now." I'm like,
Yes, exactly. You can't sing along to it anymore. You can't serenade the guy who's coming to the ring, who's a bad guy.
unless you
Unless you
learn
speak
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, right. There we go. People,
Yeah, but-
I'm getting there.
we're going to learn
When-
Japanese to sing along with you.
When you turned heel, your theme music was still a banger.
Yeah, I think that's
Are
probably
you
the most
ready?
ill-fitting. I should have had.
Boom!
Are you
Get up,
ready?
get up!
Are you ready?
It was a heart monitor at the start.
Are you ready? It's not quite that loud anymore, though, is it? With that company.
Everyone's like in the
Beep.
crowd, man. Everyone's like, it was the suspense, like the build-up, like you're gonna see the greatest wrestler you've ever seen.
Yeah, it didn't say Adam Pacitti on the screen, and I was the first thing to ever come out on an episode of Loaded, and they must have
Cardboard
thought,
belt.
oh god, it's Jay Lethal. We know Jay Lethal's in the building, or they booked someone big. They booked somebody from the independent scene who's massive, and then I come out there with an ill-fitting suit and a cardboard belt.
Hey, there were chants. They were. I don't know if you know this or not, but I was backstage and I've forgotten who it was. It might have been Rampage or Noam Dar or someone. The few of the wrestlers were walking around in that fake American accent they love to do when they're pretending to be wrestlers, even though they are wrestlers. They were going,
Be careful, Jack.
They were going, this kid's over, bro. This kid's over. Because they could hear the chants for you. It's a good thing.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
I like that was on Noam Dar. He goes, "Man, I can't do the act. It's just all my Scottish people sound like Drew McIntyre. See, Matthew, you ever put Honky Tonk Man in your videos? I went, why? What's he done like? Like, everything. He doesn't even bump for his own finish.
Jim Smallman told a story about Noam Dar cracking him up because he was having an argument with Zack Sabre Jr. about music. Because Noam Dar likes Oasis and stuff. Zack Sabre Jr. likes hipstery things, right? Like very hipstery.
I mean,
things.
I guess.
And Noam Dar was like, "Wait, what bands do you even like? You like bands with names like Jar of Jam and stuff." Good luck, Simon Miller, by the way.
Yes,
he's
Simon
in the
Miller
Rumble.
Makes his debut as of this release tomorrow night, and actually go and check it out because it'll be a really good show. Love a Rumble, me.
Love a Rumble.
I love a Rumble, me.
Oh, good. There's a huge one going on right now, and I can. Wait. Rusev is there. There we go. And yeah, Simon Miller doing that's pretty cool because like the Newcastle fans can be really strange sometimes. Just I've seen the Defiant Wrestling and ICW shows they've been to. They'll cheer and make noise, but only if they know who you are beforehand.
Yes.
If they don't know who you are, it's like, all right. So Simon Miller's probably going to get a bigger reaction than some of the
And you know
names I
what?
love
There is a real reason that Simon Miller is front and center of all of their advertising. Because he's one of the most over guys on the card, which is not me saying anything negative about the wrestlers, but Miller is fantastic, and he's got the benefit of a weekly show on a very popular YouTube channel. But everybody's been waiting several
which
years.
one's he on?
Everybody's been waiting years to see this. Like it's been an actual journey that people have felt and caught up with. And I hope he does well. I've spoken to him recently, and he's very, very nervous about it. But he always gets nervous about stuff, and then he always knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, he's a very talented guy.
Very, very talented. And yeah, genuinely all the best, Simon, and Defiant.
Nakamura did the kill Shasha a few times. Yeah, did that. And then
Shasa, I've heard it called now.
The Peen Shasa.
Who said that? EC3. Your mate EC3. The Peen
My
Shasa.
mate EC3.
Yeah, that's very clever.
He knocked out Anderson right in front of AJ Styles.
He saved himself.
Yeah, and then AJ Styles my balls, and he could not summon the energy like Dragon Balls to get his way out. Like you surrendered yours to him, and did it again right in front of him. And I saw a lot of people going, I never really got the appeal of Nakamura until this run that he's currently doing now. Good. And I'm like, oh, right, this guy. Yeah. So as always, if WWE, as soon as you turn bad, you turn good. And Little Karibo had the best bit here on Twitter. So they missed a good opportunity for this exchange. Nakamura, no speak English. And in English, you're going, yes? Oh, no, not you, Adam. Oh, sorry.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Hi, lads, and Jack and his stiffy. With it being likely that they will put the title on Roman Reigns at the greatest Royal Rumble, who would you have as the next number one contender for him to feud with? Personally, I would have Braun Strowman and use the fact that Braun is already coming across as a face to heel turn Roman. Oh, right, yeah, okay, see what you mean there. Have him do things like get DQ'd to keep his title until SummerSlam maybe, then have Braun win it from him then. Loving the podcast. Listen/watch to it every week. Cheers, Andy from Middlesbrough.
Cheers, Andy.
Cheers, Andy.
He's sort of doing two things here. Is that he said that the title change is going to happen, which is fair enough. I think it's quite likely as well. But he's also booking a Roman heel turn, which I don't think is
no.
So I think putting Braun against him is a mistake. Braun is most definitely face at this point. He just tag teamed with a bloody 8-year-old. So
Bobby Lashley isn't 8.
Yes. I don't want to see that because it will mean Braun losing that feud, which he can take that loss, but it's not something that I personally want to see. Yeah, that said, I haven't got any ideas for who he should feud with.
Maybe Seth. Samoa Joe?
Well, he is going to, yeah.
Yeah, they've got that match, haven't they? But they're different brands now.
I was going to say...
but it's going to be... Oh, yeah. It's mingle on the interbrand. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I was going to say Seth.
I think Seth's a good shout because Seth is somebody that can eat a loss and still look very impressive.
I want them, and this is a long shot, but I want them to build to another Shield triple threat for next year's WrestleMania.
You're desperate for that, aren't you?
Really desperate for it.
No, it's fair enough.
Heel Dean, face Seth, Roman.
Yeah, Roman, yeah. Maffew, how about you?
Damn, I was going to say Samoa Joe after the thing now. Just not Brock. Anybody but Brock on Raw.
He's already feuding with Brock. Lashley?
Yeah,
Lashley versus Roman?
Maybe. Who's a bad guy who's not doing much?
Guy. Oh, bad guy.
There's no bad guys for Roman to wrestle currently on Raw. That's
a returning Dean Ambrose, maybe. Heel.
He's still going to get a positive reaction. Maybe McIntyre and Ziggler. I mean, where are the bad guys?
That's a good shout.
The bad guys.
Oh, Roman. Hi, lads, and the semi-hollow body guitar that was in the studio last week.
What?
The guitar was on the chair for some reason.
I'm glad people noticed the decor.
Yes.
I was thinking about the types of wrestlers I like, not really in regards to in-ring style, but more to do with presentation. Is there any particular wrestler archetype or theme that you're more drawn to than others? I've always been drawn to darker wrestling characters, starting most obviously with The Undertaker and Kane, but also The Brood, Aleister Black, Bray Wyatt, Mankind, Sting, Scrubber.
Great.
Cheers. Pete from Brisbane, beg your pardon, Australia. Please don't do the accent Maffew face. All righty.
was that an attempt?
It was halfway through a game.
It was an attempt.
Anyway, good question. Any archetype wrestling types that you like?
I've certainly got one. It's an obvious one, but the underdog. I'm the biggest Mick Foley fan. Love Daniel Bryan. Yeah. I think that's obviously everyone gets behind an underdog. You know what? I've got this weird thing of liking people who are renowned for being nice outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing. That's in part why I like Mojo so much. Because he's actually a really nice bloke. I'm not going to keep talking about Mojo Rawley, but he's passionate. He's always looking to improve in everything that he does, and he has done with both character and in-ring work. He is getting a lot better. And yeah, I think he's a nice man. He's always been nice to me. He's my playboy. So yeah, I would say people who are renowned for being nice behind, that's not a character trait, is it? Is it? Foley's nice behind the scene. Brian's nice behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
Apparently Sami Zayn's nice.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's mine. People who are nice.
People.
Yeah, that's
right.
Jack.
I'm really struggling. I haven't thought, and considering I was the one who chose the questions this week, I should have really thought of an answer before I got on here. I like people who are also meant to be nice backstage.
Okay.
I like justified heels who have a bit of a.
Answer, yeah.
Was that going to be yours?
Nice.
We're gone there.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Jericho at points.
I like also repentant heels who've turned face. That's why I like Rollins so much. I liked how he sold out to chase glory and stuff, and then he turned face again. He's like, I'm sorry, but I won the championship because of it and all this sort of thing. I like characters with a few layers to them.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
I was going to say your answer, so I'm going to think of something else. I like it when the guys have been feuding with each other and then have that respect for each other, so they come to each other's aid. Like I think the best one's like they're going to do. I think I'm getting this right. They're going to do Flair versus Magnum TA at one of the Starcades. I want to say '86, but then Magnum TA had the car crash that ended his career. So I was like, biggest pay-per-view of the year's knackered. So they had Nikita Koloff, who'd been feuding with him, go like, I respect him so much. I'll be honored to take his place. And the crowd went, yeah, go Nikita, respect. I think that's how it worked. But yeah, that type of thing, like the enemies turn friends thing. So like the bar, for example, that's a much better example.
Yeah,
That was good though when they teamed up. They did that little promo where they beat up loads of people in a bar.
An actual bar.
Yeah.
And Cesaro doesn't drink Guinness or whatever it was, so he just like closing shop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to drink it. I'm not going to drink it. That's awesome.
Like a crusty burger. Another Simpsons reference for you there.
And cut. Hello, everyone. Do you think WWE should do a musical episode of Raw/SmackDown? Where wrestlers occasionally bring in the song Warm Regards, Terry, happy emoji.
Cheers, Terry. This is my favourite question.
Terry, happy to his full name.
Terry's a funny name.
This is my favourite question this week. I just think that would be a great idea.
I think it's dreadful, Terry. Absolute crap. No, I'm not going to give it a proper response because that's a really shame on you.
If they all sung their own songs to the ring,
Who would be the funniest at doing that?
listen up, because I have something to say. Angle does that to the original song. Oh, no.
I just think if they really sang their feelings like in a musical, wait, I will book a tag match.
It's just South Park. That's the South Park episode,
yeah,
isn't it?
it
Completely.
Is. Oh,
one?
yeah, the
The
musical
wrestling one.
I mean, the wrestling one, yeah.
Do they sing on that?
All my life,
yeah.
all I ever wanted was to be a wrestler, fighting in the ring, winning that belt.
Honk.
No, I got it. I just don't remember the song.
So
I didn't
every
think
night
much of the South Park
I
wrestling
pretended
episode.
I was the
I kind of liked it.
Undertaker.
It was a bit dated even when it came out.
Right, I was going to say, it's like, haha, it's fake, haha, gay stuff. I'm like, really? That's the best you got?
Yeah, I guess so.
I liked the Vince McMahon as the opera. Like he was like, "We will see if there will be better wrestling after the interval."
Yeah, okay, that was alright. Anyway, no, I think Elias should do his thing, but then if Elias was in every match, I would hate Elias. Hello, I am a viewer from Chicago. Hello. Good metropolitan area for independent wrestling, AAW. Yeah, they're cool. Freelance wrestling. I think we're all freelance, aren't we? Black Label Pro. Zach Wilde in that. And other opportunities for exposure. Is this an advert? My hopefully conversation-inducing question is, who are a few professional wrestlers, past and current, you think you would be a fan of, but you have not seen enough or any of their matches?
Luthez.
Your favourite.
For example, I hear great things about Volta, but I have never taken time to actively seek his... Well, why don't you? Get online. Go mixed up now. Have a nice one, Nathan. I was going to say his name. It's spelled, but his Twitter handle is Nathan with a Y. It's like, yeah, there we go. Make my life easier. Yeah, any wrestlers you've heard a lot about, but have just never had the time to watch them, enjoy them.
One springs to mind immediately. Jervis Cottonbelly. I've never seen him wrestle, but I love the character. Like I keep an eye on Squared Circle, and I love his stuff on there. And I think he's very entertaining. I've seen a lot of his promos, but I've never actually seen his in-ring work. So my pick is Jervis Cottonbelly. He was apparently a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah, he's a great self-publicist.
Yes. No, yeah, he is. He's really, really
he's
good
on
at
Reddit.
that. Yeah, he's their guy, right?
He's the Reddit.
Yeah. No, fair play to him. If you can utilise an existing online community to further your career, that got a bit weird, didn't it?
No, are we just talking about ourselves? Are we just projecting? I think we are, actually. Yeah. Whoops.
No, Jervis Cottonbelly's mine.
I'm scratching my nose. Go on.
Tell me about Bobby Guns, please. I've heard really good things about Bobby Guns, but I've never seen
Bobby Guns.
He's a WXW guy.
Okay.
We went to me and the UK and Ireland contingency, now on a little section next to WXW, not next to, but next to the ring, and it had to be elevated up. We weren't able to see nothing, and he comes out to Robot Rock by
Daft Punk.
Yes, Daft Punk, and with guns, Bobby guns, and he's improved a lot. He's got a great character that he just doesn't care. He's a bit cheesy, but in the right way, I think. He smokes, like R-Truth. So he just, smoking kills, and so does Bobby Guns.
Oh, good.
Nice. And stuff like that. And
he did something to Mike Bailey's finger.
Yeah. I forget if it was Marty Skull or Zack Sabre Jr. I swear I saw Zack Sabre Jr. before Marty Skull, but Marty's made it his thing, thing.
Wait, I can do it.
I can actually do it.
Bollocks. No, I can't.
Take your shirt off.
I'll take my hoodie off.
Oh, finally. Ba-bum. Wait, you might just do the camera for
take the trousers off as well, maybe.
Yeah. Hang on. So I've got your fingers.
He's standing to attention, so I must be on a bus.
All right. Shh.
Oh, he's got it. Do it with my finger.
Didn't really work, but
no.
But
Secrets of wrestling exposed.
If I didn't have a shirt on, there we go. We'll be fine.
Next week.
Thank you for standing up like you're on a bus.
Who's yours, Matt? Oh, sorry, go on.
We'll go on this. Yeah, so Bug Guns is basically just great. Yeah, let's skip that.
Cool.
So, the Big Stuff Down, the Big Stuff Down. I think I've seen most of the people I want to see, but I think there's a lot of the stuff that people talk really big about in like Japan in the mid '90s. I don't think I've seen enough Stan Hansen matches, for example, or Terry Gordy in his heyday.
I just thought on that note, Bruiser Brody. I've seen a few of his matches. His character work is amazing, and I've watched like a mini documentary on him, but I've never actually seen. I think I've seen one full match, so probably another interesting fact from the list. So I'm totally ruining everything. He was going to be brought to WWF to feud with Hogan, which would culminate at WrestleMania, and it never happened because he tragically passed away. Well,
I've heard
killed.
That.
Yeah. So fun facts.
Fun facts. Neither fun nor facts. Roll. How about this for Roman versus Brock? And this is long.
This is really good.
They start.
You're gonna love this. This is gents. Is it Raul? Did you say?
Raul.
Yes. This is his. This is his booking idea for how to turn Roman Reigns' face in our eyes, in the fans' eyes. Oh yeah, it's good.
Oh, dear.
Might want to skip ahead a few minutes.
No.
They start the steel cage. Start again. They start the steel cage match as usual, hot and heavy.
Ooh.
All right, I'm already liking it.
Deep and hard.
It is a grueling contest. Reigns is finding it difficult, probably busted open or exhausted, etc. Brock then is climbing down the steel cage slowly and easily, while Reigns is down. He then climbs up and looks at Brock climbing down. Brock is smiling and laughing because he knows he's almost won. Ha ha ha. Roman stands on top of the cage, looks at him, shows him 2 middle fingers, and then just falls to his death. He wins the match, obviously. He shows extreme lengths, and he goes through the company in winning the belt. Much more than this part-timer.
Yeah.
We can add a table just for showing for a... And then, not so he dies.
Concrete. Great.
Thank you.
Always thinking safety is Raul.
How do you people like my finish to the match?
I think it's terrible, Raul.
No.
Also, AJ Styles wears an abdomen guard, surprises everyone.
Abdomen?
And win. Oh, my God.
Abdomen? Yeah, I really like that. I thought it was intense. I like the part where Lesnar was I like the part where Lesnar was slowly climbing down the outside of the cage and Roman was somehow suddenly on top of the cage.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And falls.
2K18 glitching again. And the question is, after that preamble, how do you people like it? Oh, okay.
I
love fans just putting their opinion and going, is this good?
I think it would be fantastic. Set to the Titanic theme music as well, on top of the cage.
It's a slide whistle moment more so, isn't it? Just Roman falling down and presumably, dying because...
not
the table. Sorry, Raul. You've got us covered there.
I think, no, I wouldn't have that song. I would have Roman just as the beat drops. He goes, falls just, why can't we be friends? Why can't we
you used, on a recent Botchamania, I think, you used, do you not use Biz Marquee?
Oh, just a friend. That's
you
my
got what I need.
second most listened to song of last year, according to Spotify.
Last year.
Brilliant. Such a good song.
I felt really weird when I worked at Sky, and I would have MTV hits with the Z on the end, so you know it's cool. And Justin Bieber did a duet with him. He covered his own song, but with Justin Bieber.
Nice.
I guess that counts, whatever. And I was just like, you, dog, need. And I'm like, people are like, you know a Justin Bieber song?
No.
I'm like, whoa!
Oh, no, Biz Markie.
I just like his hair. Whatever.
Why Can't We Be Friends? I pitched that to the bosses at What Culture, and as my theme music when I turned heel.
Like Homer Simpson. Is that what you got it from?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't
maybe.
Homer
Maybe,
comes out to that when he's going to face the Mike
Frederick
Tyson guy.
Tatum.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course he does.
Yeah.
Subconsciously,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, man. I thought
It's
it'd
just
be
a
quite
great
fitting.
song.
Did
because
they say
it's-
no?
Such a good song.
Licensing, you know.
Makes sense.
Bastards.
Just do the mixed up now.
They
thing.
spent 10 grand on my theme, so you can't blame
They
them.
didn't spend
The big question this week: would anything make you stop watching wrestling?
Interessant, Maffew. Interessant
That's really
indeed.
tough.
Are you can't pronounce words now. Oh, thank you, Jack. So bad. Yeah, because I think I'm so far into Stockholm syndrome. I'm definitely going to marry the kidnapper at the end of this. And I stopped watching wrestling in 2002 because I literally couldn't watch it because I moved houses and we couldn't have Sky. And I wasn't going to watch Sunday Night Heat. I made the mistake of doing that one time. Stayed up to 2 a.m. to watch Sunday Night Heat to see A-Train and Scotty 2 Hotty team up to beat Billy and Chuck. I went,
What was
okay.
their name? They had a tag name.
Oh, I'm not sure. Was it Albert still? I think it was. I think it was Albert and Scotty.
The hip hop hippopotamus.
Oh, he was the
Yeah.
hip hop hippo.
Yes.
Yeah,
They had a name that played on. Anyway, carry on.
yeah, and just stopped, but followed it by watching, reading Power Slam magazine and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it wasn't until late 07 when I started doing the videos, I started watching it properly again. But I didn't miss it.
No?
It was 2002. It was just. I mean, everyone I think watching that era will agree to some degree. 2001, yay. 2002, oh okay, right, yeah.
Right.
It might be 2002, 2003.
So what would stop you now? Accessibility.
Nowadays, it is very accessible, so that can't be a reason. The issues of keeping up with watching all the footage that's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, you don't have to watch Raw and SmackDown every week. They do have those beautiful video packages,
Yes.
almost as good as Sam Driver's, that keep you informed for normal people who can't watch 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and yeah, I'm a completionist. I guess it's OCD or whatever the hell. Like if I buy a game on Steam, I've got to beat it, or I don't buy another game. And yeah, that would probably stop me.
It's interesting because I've got friends who just watch the highlights online, but they won't miss a pay-per-view. And I can imagine, I guess my answer to this is unemployment. If I stopped doing the wrestling stuff for a living, I would definitely take a break from it. Because it's literally, I'd say 9 times out of 10, the first thing I think about when I wake up is professional wrestling. Yeah.
Oh no.
Which is really bad because I just think like, okay, what are we talking about today? What do we need to cover? What output are we going to do? So it's just become this thing which is a huge part of my life, which I'm not complaining about. Like, one of the best jobs in the world. It's brilliant fun. But at the same time, I think if I couldn't do it anymore professionally, I would definitely still watch the Rumble and WrestleMania because I love them so much. But yeah, I would definitely take a break. Yeah, because it's good to have a break from things. It makes you more passionate about something.
Yeah.
If you take 6 months away,
We
you
take it
come
for
back and
granted.
everything's fresh and it's brilliant. At the moment, watching 9-10 hours a week, it can get exhausting. It's fun though.
And interrupt Jack because this definitely can't be the closer for this. I definitely got put off by like following UK and Ireland wrestling for a while this year because of all the nonsense. That definitely like, you guys, a lot of you are secret creeps.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I guess
okay,
a few of them people that you'd spoken to personally and stuff.
I'm like, all right, cool. I don't want anything to do with you. Sweet.
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough. I'm
true.
gonna sit back. Sorry, Jack. You'd be a bit more positive. than
Mine would be, apart from anything like majorly serious like that, like if there was a widespread whole thing. I'm wondering how much, and this is really serious, but how much did the whole Benoit tragedy, how much did that come close to like ending the business? Like,
it didn't come ending the business. It
Right.
didn't have that. What happened was that we got a lot of scrutiny for the whole drugs thing.
Yeah.
Because then wasn't long after that the sports pharmacy, whatever it was called, scandal arose.
Right,
After they
right.
went, they very badly, as WWE manages to do, to protect their image.
yeah.
And had Cena come out and goes, I don't know, they didn't test positive for the testosterone. It's supposed to. Oh, it wasn't steroids. It was testosterone. And people are like, well, what? The same, whatever. Stuff like that. It definitely impacted WWE's image for ages. Because even my family asked me, like, what's this whole Benoit thing? Is it an angle?
Oh man, it impacted. Yeah, I wasn't watching wrestling at the time, but I remember seeing it on a Metro newspaper. I remember thinking, wow, if wrestling's made, I saw his picture. I remember thinking, why is Chris Benoit in the paper? I thought, oh wow, if wrestling's in the Metro paper, if it's in mainstream, if it's just in an English newspaper, then it must be big news. And it hasn't really. It's changed the whole thing. I guess there'll be if like something like that like happened again, you'd have to. Everyone would sort of go, whoa, what's going on? Also, if the pipe bomb had never happened and it just kept on being a bit monotonous and a little
Even
bit...
Daniel Bryan wouldn't have...
Well, I don't think that would have happened if the pipe bomb...
Yeah, he was like
point.
replacement CM Punk for a while.
So I think if it had just kept going on like that and they didn't really care about... They cared more about numbers and merch sales than entertainment.
Yeah.
They've kind of got a better balance these days.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But,
late people forget late 2009 to like 2012, the end bit when Shield and Wyatt. That's how I cut that section off.
Yeah. So I think if it kept on going like that, I think if there's too much monotony and the business didn't change fast enough, but it always does. But if it didn't change fast enough, eventually I'd get sick of it.
Yeah.
But then there's the whole employment thing as well. So like I'd keep watching it for my job.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times when I've actually had gaps from social media. Like going on Facebook and Twitter, and it's like, wow, suddenly everything is bright, and the birds are singing, and all this, and it is crazy. Like, wow, I could probably give this up.
Yeah,
I didn't think I used to be
guest
able to.
host era came very, very close. Got back into it just before that, and then I was like, oh, is this what it is now? Jesus, okay, maybe I'll give it a miss for a bit. But yeah, something like that, if that were to happen again.
Yeah, God, I'm trying to think, was there any specific character or angle or show or anything, like one thing that made you...
I've found stuff
trying to think of something like...
distasteful, certainly, in the past. Like, I think Piggy James, like, bothered me a little bit. Not enough to stop watching. I thought, it's a bit unnecessary. I wasn't watching during the Katie Vick stuff.
Eugene's the one for me. My brother's got autism. I found it very hard to watch as a kid. And would even today, like, it was a bit of a bad one, that one.
No, I mean, I would agree to begin with. It was like, but Eugene was over.
Yeah, but
I mean,
at the same time, though, it wasn't the fact that they had a character that portrayed to be with mental disability. Yeah. It was more that he was portrayed often to be gullible or an idiot. Like I remember one promo where Evolution were all like laughing at him and pretending to be his friend, and then he went out and they all went like, pfft. And having seen Triple H, he's fantastic with disabled kids. Like really good, like when you see him like backstage. And I wonder if he felt like that about it, or whether there were people backstage who thought this is a bit off, this whole thing. Didn't OSW review said at one point there was a match between Angle and Eugene, and Angle came out and just slapped him right across the face. And OSW were theorizing that he was doing that because he hated the gimmick so much. He just stiffed him really hard.
That was when Angle had that invitational thing, and Eugene was the one that beat him.
Right,
so then
right.
Angle just destroyed Eugene for it. And I think that was SummerSlam 04. Again, that right? Where the crowd were booing Eugene. They definitely booed him against Triple H, which was like later on. I'm maybe getting the years wrong, but he was definitely booed like heavily. Say, oh, okay, Eugene's headed for him. Because I'm trying to think, because I would look at that now and I still think of if there's no angles that offend or annoy me, because I just go, even online, if people call me a twat, I go, oh, that's a good insult. That'll get some good retweets. Like that's how I think of things. Like, like the Piggy James. Oh, they're doing that so she can get a vengeance on people. Blah blah blah. So it's really that like stuff actually offends or annoys us.
That's the only one that offended me because it was a personal thing. But I'm sure everyone's got that. Like everyone's got something that if they portrayed it in wrestling in a bad way, they'd go, "Oh, I can't watch this." And I remember like thinking,
I think when only thing that because I didn't watch it, read about it, and then I actually finally saw it years later. I was like, oh. It was like Muhammad Hassan.
Oh man!
Hated.
It could have been really good.
It could have been
really good.
That's what makes it like it's one of the reasons why it's so bad. It could have been a really cool angle, and it was just like 1 week comes out and goes, just because I got a headdress, please don't identify me. So people are like, oh my God, WWE are going to be like way ahead of the curve.
An Arab American, putting forward this idea that hey, we're not all terrorists in a very sort of a time where Arab Americans were certainly getting a lot of slack. It could have been great, and they just went lowest common denominator.
Week 1 was that, then week 2, death to America!
Such a shame, and it did a lot of harm. What a sad note to end the podcast.
Yeah, no, I was thinking what a downer.
Hey, Maffew, where's your can?
No,
go on. Go on. Do it on the side this
No,
time.
I can't be here for this.
Oh, God, no.
I can't be here for this.
No, he's gonna.
He's not going to do it.
Like Sunderland going down.
Oh.
Wait.
You do Jim Ross, I'll do Jerry the King Lawler.
Wait. Okay. People have told me if you scrunch it.
Okay.
Scrunching it. Okay. I'll tuck you in, all within. Keep your free palms in till the salmon he come. Da da da. Sleep with one eye open. Look at the crowd all like fag there. Gripping your pillow tight. Good God Almighty!
What's this?
I thought I was going to crunch in one.
thought you were
Puppies!
Is that what someone does?
No, he's
That's
being
crap.
I'm being Lawler, he's being JR.
Good God Almighty.
I can't even smash.
What's the
Weep, whoop,
what's
weep,
that
It's a
thing?
noise
Jeff
that you
Jarrett's
can make.
TNA theme just kicks in. Oh, that was nowhere near as good as I thought it was going to be.
Good.
No. That's even
This
worse.
is hardcore. Do the shield thing.
Can we have the sound back on? That was rubbish.
Sorry.
Sorry, next
the
week will be
mailbag
better.
is
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
Patreon is patreon.com/cultaholic. At Jabba, at Maffew of Botchamania, at Adam Pacitti. Join us.
Join us.